Prisoner would secretly spit out his medication every time after the guards weren't paying attention. Then once he confirmed no one was around, he would take out some antibiotics he had smuggled in. Using a stolen fishing line, he tied one end around the bottle and the other end to one of his molars. Once everything was ready, Jack put the bottle in his mouth and, without hesitation, swallowed it into his stomach. Next, he dismantled a lighter, keeping only the flint he would need later. He hid the flint under his fingernail. Afterward, he tied his wrist tightly with a shoelace, placed his thumb on the edge of the table, and with a simultaneous push from his foot and wrist, dislocated his thumb. The pain was excruciating, but Jack bit his lip and stayed silent. He knew this was his only chance to escape. Jack was a high-security prisoner, convicted of 2 murders and kept under strict surveillance. Everyone assumed he would spend the rest of his life in prison, but soon a twist of fate presented itself. Police Captain John's son was diagnosed with leukemia, and Jack's bone marrow was the only match. John, desperate to save his son, had no choice but to ask for Jack's help and request him to donate his bone marrow. To John's surprise, Jack readily agreed. However, he had one condition. He wanted to be allowed to smoke in prison and have free access to the prison library. The condition seemed so simple that John agreed without hesitation, eager to save his son. But John had no idea he was falling into Jack's trap. Smoking wasn't Jack's real goal. What he truly needed was access to the food inside. As for the library, it was merely a cover. His actual purpose was to study the detailed structure of the hospital where John's son was being treated. When everything was finally in place, Jack, surrounded by countless guards, was escorted to the hospital where John's son was waiting.